Okay guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you for tuning in to another episode. We have got a classic winter problem to fix in this episode. Unfortunately, I've noticed well, do you know what? I noticed this last year when I bought the car actually. I bought the car in February and we had a few months basically of sort of going out for drives, and Lauren would keep telling me that her feet are cold. Kept turning up the heaters and whatnot, and it just wouldn't change. Now, obviously bought in February, by April or whatnot, it was starting to heat up and I just sort of forgot about it. But with the colder weather now and a few mornings that I've set off to work being in the sort of minus temperatures, I decided that it was now or never to get this fixed. So what I've got today is I've got a little part which is basically a control arm, which so basically if you have got dual zone climate control in your car, this little motor controls sort of what temperature the passenger gets effectively. If you haven't got dual zone, it'll all just be the same temperature, but in this instance I could have mine warm and the passenger side would still be cold. So did a bit of research and whatnot and figured out that it must be this little motor that I needed to replace. So I've got it, hopefully it works, but yeah, we'll get straight into ripping the glove box out. In fact, no, do you know what? I'm not going to show you ripping the glove box out because it'll probably take me longer than I'd care to admit. And then when I'm putting it back together, I'll sort of show you in reverse, if that makes sense. But yeah, so we'll get straight into it. Also, before we get started, big shout out to the Drivers Collection for hooking me up with some of their new merch, like this lovely little Sunday Drivers t-shirt. Head over to their store. It's like a Sheffield-based car club, but they do some really cool stuff. And it's all really good quality as well, which makes a change to some of the stuff that I've had in the past. But yeah, I'm pulling up to there's some horses on the road. Yeah, anyway, let's get straight into the video. Here we go. Okay, so once your glove box is out, this is what you're going to be left with. Obviously, we took the one screw out from up here. There's three just at the top of your dash here. There's one that's right at the back of the glove box, which goes into this here. And then there's two at the bottom, one down there and one down there. And that should pull your glove box out. Now, the part that we need, if you can see it, is this one here with the yellow lever. Now, as I turn this, as I'm sort of messing with my heating and stuff like that, that should start to move. If I press auto, you'll see it's just starting to move there. Now, I've got to admit, I thought it wasn't going to move at all, so we are still problem solving, but we're going in the right direction, and if I'm taking it all out anyway, I am going to change it. But yeah, I basically just need to figure out why this vent here, this one here, and of course the dash vent are all just blowing cold air pretty much no matter what. I thought it was going to be that motor was burnt out, but it doesn't seem to be. So I'm going to keep on taking this off just with a Torx screw, and then yeah, hopefully I should be able to get to that and change it out. And just that one little screw, and that should literally just pull off. So that gives us a little bit better access to where we need to be, just in here with that yellow arm, and then hopefully we'll get that out, change it over, and job should be a good one. So yeah, I'm going to turn the car off, just make sure there's no electronics on while I plug it in. I think there is a couple of little 6mm, if you can see it, just hiding in there. I think they are 6mm, so I'll get a little 6mm socket set, and then we'll get on with removing that. Okay, so here is the old motor, and it is all replaced now. I did break that one as I took it out, but obviously that doesn't matter. New motor is in up there, you can see, but this didn't actually fix the issue, okay? It's still been exactly the same on the climate control unit. Only when I put this one up to completely high did I get any heat out of these vents, or the floor vents, or the dash vents. So what I've done now is, I don't know whether you're going to be able to see this, let me just put flash on. So, up here, just there, that is your foot vents, effectively, okay? And usually, inside there is one of these sensors that just sort of sits in there like that, just up there, and reads the temperature of the air coming out. Now, what I've done is I've just taken this out, I've just been playing with these vents here, with this plugged in and also with it unplugged, and as soon as I unplug it, it sort of overrides, and both of these vents here go back to hot. Just to show you the difference, obviously you've got it set on 28 here, which means that this motor should be sort of all the way down. All right, so I've got the sensor here. We won't change that, that's on 28. Watch what happens when I plug this little sensor in. Are you ready? Watch the motor in the background. So that is on 28, that's where 28 should be. Plug this in. You see it moving? That is cooling the temperature down. So actually, my fan's obviously up there. I feel that on the back of my hand, that is actually quite cold. Then when I unplug this again, watch what happens to the motor. It adjusts itself back to 28 degrees. So that is pretty much narrowed down that I do definitely need one of those. So I'll go get it now, we'll fit it, and then hopefully that should be all the causes of Lauren's cold feet completely sorted.
A few moments later.
Okay, so we are back, and I have in fact got two new sensors. That's obviously what they look like. I've still got that one plugged in, and we're still on 28, and it is still blowing cold. So hopefully, if I unplug this, we should notice that yellow thing is going to move back to the hot position, slowly. There we go, it reckons that that's about 28. There we go. So that is obviously the bad one. We'll put that out of the way. Pick up one of the new ones. Now I got two just in case one doesn't work, because they are just from a scrapyard. Plug that in, and hopefully that yellow lever in the background should not move. So let's keep an eye on it. It has in fact gone hotter. So I'm fairly happy with that. It's on 28. We'll give it a quick test. I'll just go through the temperature, turn it down to 23 or so. That should hopefully move, yeah. Back up to the top. Now bearing in mind, you need to be testing this not on high. If you've got that on high, it seems to just override this sensor. So yeah, just keep it on 28 or something like that. That should be all right. So I'm gonna get this sensor back in the best I can. I'll have to just put the camera down for a second. And there we go, we're all sorted. We're on 28, it's blowing hot air out of there. Well, sort of is. It's blowing hot air from there. So the last thing we need to do is just reconnect this little tube, which just sort of feeds the vents. That is just a little T20 in there. Okay, so the last thing that you need to be doing is just sticking your glove box back in. Now, obviously, remember anything that you have disconnected already, just to reconnect it. We'll get that back in place. Should just slot in nicely. It's probably a lot easier if you empty your glove box before, so there's my bit of advice for the day. But to be honest, once you've got a couple of them in, it should sort of hold its own weight. Obviously just the reverse of taking it out, so you've got your one on your side, you've got your three up here, so you don't over tighten these, but do them fairly tight so you don't want it to rattle. Then you've got your one that's right at the back, down there, which is obviously what you'll need your extension for. If you've got one, you can obviously still do this without an extension. It just makes it easier if you've got one. And I do, so I'm going to obviously use it. Right, that's it for the glove box. Now you can shut that up. That is done. And you should be left with two little bolts just there on the left side, if you can see it, and another hole on the right side there. Then after you've done those three, one on the side, two in the bottom, and one at the back, you're ready to just stick the little plastic cover, do all your bolts up, and yeah, that is us absolutely sorted. And there we go, problem resolved, diagnosed and fixed, and we should have heating all in the floor area again now, and obviously out the vents and everything else. So yeah, job well done. And there we have it, we're all sorted. I'm driving to get a coffee now. The car is up to temperature and both vents are working. The problem is completely resolved. Even though it wasn't that little motor that I thought it was, it did turn out to be the little temperature sensor thing or whatever. But yeah, leave a comment down below if you've had a similar thing and whether it was actually what you thought it was, or whether you just ended up on a bit of a wild goose chase like me. Fortunately, it was within hours that I could actually go out and get the part. So yeah, it is completely fitted. Hopefully that helps somebody that's watching this video because they might have a similar issue. Maybe even on the driver's side. I bet if I had cold feet it'd be fixed a little bit quicker. But yeah, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below if you've had a similar issue, or what you think to my problem solving, or what your favourite pasta is. Just anything really, just get involved with the channel. We're just about to tick over 3,000 subscribers at the time of filming this video, which is mega. I can't believe I've got more than 100 to be honest, just listening to some grumpy Yorkshireman mess about of his cars. Don't forget, give the video a thumbs up, comment down below what your favourite pasta is, and make sure you click that subscribe button for loads more content to come and some new cars coming very shortly. Thanks for watching, I shall see you in the next video. Peace.